All right. Excuse me. Hey, look, this video is for you because maybe you found my page because you needed some motivation, or maybe you just found my page because you know me from Drench Man Sports, and I am the Drench Man, not the French man. But I wanted to talk to you, and bring this to you raw. No pun intended. Pause, by the way. But I wanted to bring this to you raw, no script, no preparation. I just wanted to share with y'all my real time journey of, like I always said, I always told everybody, that's close to me, I want to be one of the biggest influencers in the world. And when I talk about influencing, I'm not talking about, just content creation. I'm talking about people. I have an innate desire to move people, and I'm only talking about in the good way. I have a lot of jokes and a little witty to me that I can make people laugh, and I can be silly and I can act funny and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to use that gift and ability uh to influence people. And this is what this video is pretty much about, because basically this is for you. This is for anybody who is struggling with doubt. Maybe you want to start something and you can't get it in your mind to actually start it. Well, I want to relate to you because I'm kind of the same way, and sometimes I think I'm borderline a genius because of the simple fact that I have so many different things in my brain that I want to do, like that I like to do, but the most important thing that I realize about this whole, 30 years of and walk of life that I've had is, for me, my passion is really people. Like, I don't know if I enjoy people's company as much as I enjoy delivering a message to a person, and that could be indirectly, because you never know what somebody is going through. Somebody could be going through a tough time, a rough time. Somebody could be, struggling, or maybe somebody, you know, decide that they want to delete themselves from off the earth. Well, the words that you could say to them in that moment could totally flip, and it could totally inspire them. And one thing I realized about people is people always remember what you said to them. Like, they always remember what you said to them, like, especially if you hurt them badly. So for me, this is about me sharing my journey. Like I said, I don't make any money off this channel. This is a channel that I started a long time ago. I never really finished it. It's something I always want to get back up to, but I'm more confident and I'm more comfortable now, just going through it, which is why I'm starting this video. And it might seem like I'm rambling a little bit, but like I said, I'm sharing with y'all my real authentic journey, and my journey is to motivate a lot of people. To get closer to their faith. That's number one. Faith is everything for me. I always say this in every prayer that I, talk to God about. I always say, without you, I'm nothing. But with you, I'm everything that you inspire me to be, that I want to be. I'm powerful with you. But without you, I'm nothing. I say that every single time I pray. And I truly mean that, because faith is everything to me. Like, I was raised on faith. And what I mean by saying I was raised on faith, like, man, I didn't come from uh I didn't come from a great, what you call that, uh, uh a orthodox childhood. I came from some pretty rough beginnings, and maybe later on, maybe I'll share, a little bit more about that and what shaped me. But I don't use that as an excuse for anything in my life. I don't use that as a trophy for anything in my life as well, too, because I don't believe in that. I believe the person that you sacrifice to be, and the person that you choose to be each and every day, is the only person that matters in your life. Um, Whatever happened yesterday don't really matter if God gave you another chance today. And I know, we like to, celebrate things, and we like to dwell on things. Those two things can, both be double-edged swords. Those two things can both hurt you. So I look at every day as a new opportunity to try to, you know, learn something new. It's in my innate strong, ability to try to learn something new every single day that I can share with somebody. I'm a talker. I like to talk. I like to influence people. I like to have conversations, and I like to have tough, hard conversations. And I like to have those same tough, hard conversations with myself. So this is me starting my own community, whether you want to join or not, whether this interests you or not. um, like I said, I'm not in it for a monetization game. I'm only in it for a spiritual gain. And what I mean by spiritual gain is this is something that I feel like I've had on my chest for so long that I just finally needed to get off. And this is my space that I'm going to get it off on. Um, and I would love to continue to come back and have these conversations, and just address some personal issues or whatever issues that I'm battling. I'm going to use this as a place to share it. And so that is the reason behind this video. Like I said, I wanted to do it no script. I wanted to get right into it. I may edit a little bit, but I'm not going to edit nothing too crazy out. I want it to be a raw, authentic version. And I would like to grow together with a community of people who also may have some things that they struggling. But for the people that do have some things that they struggling on, like I said, this video is for you. And I want to let you know that even if you're struggling with something, right? And even if something is bothering you wholeheartedly, at the end of the day, if it bothers you that much to where you don't want to bring it to God, then you probably need to bring it to God. And what I mean by that is, instead of worrying and stressing about it, take those moments to pray. And some people might tell themselves, well, I'm not religious, or I'm not up on my faith like I should be. It don't matter. A prayer doesn't always have to be just religious. A prayer is just simply putting things into yourself and into the atmosphere without nobody knowing. Just closing your eyes, or just, drifting off into space and thinking, man, I really need to get out of this situation. Man, I'm really going through this something. I'm really going through this, and I need something to, take my mind off of it. That don't necessarily have to mean you got to be perfect in your religion. But if you are religious, or you do believe in God, every time God hears from you, he likes it. He actually loves it. He smiles. And every time he don't hear from you, it hurt his feelings, just like your father would, if you have a father. If you don't, I totally understand. But if you do, or if you are a father, imagine if your child was going through something and they were so stressed out that they didn't feel like they could bring it to you. How would that make you feel, especially when you have the means to help them? Even if you didn't, would you want to offer some advice? And so you got to look at that the same way God would look at that, and like I said, sometimes I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I can't get over myself to where I try to make my problem bigger than what God can solve. Like that's even possible. And that's a mistake that a lot of times I think a lot of people make. And I'm working on it. I'm actually praying a lot more. And the reason why I'm praying a lot more is because I'm thinking a lot more. And I realize, like, man, and when the scripture says be faithful in prayer, that got to be what it's talking about. Anytime your mind just gets wandering and just, you just can't slow it down, why not just say a prayer? And I'll give you an example. The other day I came back from the gym and I felt extremely motivated. I felt extremely motivated to do this video. And I went to take a shower, right? And I often pray in the shower. And I remember having this joy of excitement in my chest and in my body. And the one thing that I made sure that I prayed for was, man, whatever it is, God, give me this same fire and excitement as long as I possibly could have it. And the reason why I said that is because you on this earth to do God's will. You on this earth, or the only thing that matters on this earth is what you did for God. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how much clothes you got. It don't matter what you got. The only thing that matters is what you do for God. And so the reason why I prayed that God continue to light that fire inside my chest is simply because I wanted to service people. And so that's why I'm here making this video raw and authentic. Because what I prayed for was that burning desire that no matter what, anytime self-doubt came that, man, you don't need to make this video. Man, don't nobody want to hear that. I wanted to make sure that God reminded me what I prayed for. And all day today, I went to the gym. I made my sports content. I edited a couple videos. And I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't feel like making this video. I'll make it tomorrow. But it kept dawning on me. This is what you got to do. And that's what I prayed for. And so the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I took one little moment of where I felt a fire and ball inside of my chest, and I turned it into a prayer. And I turned it into something that I knew that I wanted to do. And I just asked God to give me that excitement and to fulfill me in that same passion. And so here I am today. Now, whether this video do 1,000 views or 1,000,000 or maybe 3 views, really don't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is I can feel God working on me based on a prayer, you know? And I think a lot of times when we pray, we typically might forget that we even prayed for something, or we not even in the mindset or in the right energy to understand that God just gave it to you. Something so simple and so quick. He gave it to you, but you don't recognize it. And we keep fighting against it or because we can't get over ourselves. Any problem that you have in your life is you getting over you, because you're not going through nothing else nobody ever went through. You're not. And I don't care what it is. And I don't want to sound insensitive to anybody's situation. I'm not at all. Trust me, I'm not. But I'm letting you know, you're not going through nothing that nobody has ever went through. So my advice to anybody, and I'm not the one, like I said, I'm not the one to have the end all be all about giving advice. But if I was to offer any type of words of encouragement that I can help is live. And what do I mean by live? If we dwelling on all our problems and we dwelling on all of our, issues that we currently facing, you're not living, you're suffering. And if you suffering, you're not going to make good decisions. You're going to be desperate. And at any time of desperation, how do you not call on God? How do you not call on the Father? And so I say live because tomorrow you expected to wake up. I know the saying, everybody be like, tomorrow ain't promised. But man, how arrogant are we and how grateful I am that I even expect to wake up tomorrow. That's God's job. And I'm expecting him to do it, right? And so with that being said, that's living. I'm expecting to keep moving forward no matter how I feel or no matter what's going on in my life. I'm not sitting up here saying, I'm out of here tomorrow. This is my last day today. Nope. We even get the audacity to think about our problems today. We think about them for tomorrow. That's the audacity that we have. And that's not living. That's suffering. So, considering the fact that I've had these same problems, I'll say this. I structure my life every single day just by attacking whatever I got to do. I try to attack it, and I try not to suffer. I try not to be desperate for it. I try to just live in it, I started going to the gym about a month and a half ago. I don't look at the gym like a chore or a task that I got to knock off. I look at the gym like a lifestyle. I look at the gym and say, I'm going to get something out of this gym today. The results might not show right away, but it's me trying to live. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to live. And whether that's comfortably, whether that's struggling, whatever the case it may be, I'll leave that up to God. And I'm going to just keep praying. And I'm going to keep trying to service people. And I'm going to keep jotting my journey down with y'all every single time that I have something on my brain. I can't say that I'll be here every day, but I will tell you, you're going to see me often. And I hope that I get comments that maybe other people going through something. Like I said, I want this to be building a community. I just want this to be something that I can give back. And like I said, that we can all watch each other grow together. I plan to do amazing content on this channel. I plan to do amazing things. I plan to have tough conversations. I plan to have hard conversations. I plan to comment, give my opinion on things that maybe people might disagree with. Maybe people might hate me for. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I want to live. And I want to live and experience the world that God wanted us to experience. Our Father is a creator. I think he made us to be creators. He gave us the ability to create in our own image. He gave me the ability to create things that people want to hear, that people want to see. I'm grateful for it. But now it's time for me to take advantage of it. It's time for me to live. And that's what this video was pretty much all about. I'll get into some other things on my next video, kind of talk about some different topics. But for the most part, I just wanted to start. And I wanted to show you, you can start too. So whatever you want to do, I'm rooting for you. I hope you get it done. At the end of the day, we just all trying to live. Once again, it's the Drenched Man, not the French man. Hey, like the video, comment, subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. If some of you came over from Drenched Man Sports, you can still expect me to make amazing sports content. And I'm glad to have y'all here. Once again, it's the Drenched Man, not the French man, and I'm out.